Ladies and gentlemen, hip hop heads far and wide. I'm your host, Yo Jules DJ. Welcome back to another episode of Eats, Beats, and Rhymes, a place where the beats rock, the bars matter, and the culture is always front and center. I'm not gonna lie, we're stepping into a sacred bit of territory. It's not just a battle tonight, it's a full-blown emotional tug of war. We're talking about a clash that's gone down in hip hop fans, splitting down the middle for decades, second guessing their playlists, and questioning their nostalgic loyalties. Tonight, we talk about the four-man group straight out of the West Coast. Ease, Beats, and Rhymes. Make some noise for tonight's battle. The Pharcyde, Bizarre Ride to the Pharcyde versus Lab Cabin, California. Give it up one time for the Pharcyde.
Yeah, buddy.
Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to check us out here, Eats, Beats, and Rhymes. Twitch, YouTube, all your DSPs, we've got you covered. Eats, Beats, and Rhymes, one word. Like, subscribe, comment, follow on any of those platforms. You do wonder for us in the algorithms. Now listen. I can see it in your faces. I can see it in the chat. People are getting nervous listening. Just dropping those names back to back got some of y'all in your feelings. But, you got to think about the good stuff. Some of you, were brought up on some of that, the wild cartoonish chaos of Bizarre Ride, if you remember. The jokes, the skits, the energy, that youthful spirit. Sounded something like Looney Tunes doing a cipher with boom back, kind of feelings to it. The album had you laughing, rewinding, rapping along with the whole crew and the entire tape. And I said tape because if you know, you know. Then, fast forward a few years, Lab Cabin came out. Smooth, mature, laid back. This time it's got a deeper tone. The production, do I need to talk about it? Jay Dilla, aka JD at the time, his fingerprints all over the project. The vibe, grown, reflective. It received nothing but praise. It wasn't about chasing laughs this time. It was about chasing evolution. So Pharcyde wasn't just rhyming anymore. They had something to say. We're going to talk about it tonight. Again, Pharcyde is the specialty theme of the evening. Bizarre Ride to the Pharcyde going up against Lab Cabin, California. Let's introduce everybody around the room. And it's going to get messy, I'm letting you know, because when it comes to these two classics, choosing sides is not going to be easy. It's a battle that exposes your inner hip-hop compass, if you will. Are you riding with the colorful chaos, or are you going with the cool introspection? Let's go ahead and start with my man, DJ Scandalous, a.k.a. Baba Midi, Jamaica Queens in the building. Sir, when it comes down to these two albums, who do you got?
Wow. I'm gonna go with La Cabin, California.
Going Lab Cabin on the first one, DJ Scandalous, putting his vote down. My man Ike Infamous all the way on the East Coast. So far East, we call it Long Island. We call it Street FM's representative. Sir, Bizarre Ride or Lab Cabin, California, which team are you, sir?
This is extremely tough. I want to go Bizarre Ride, but I think I'm going to choose Lab Cabin.
Oh, snap. Give it to Triple C from Queens. Between these two projects, which team are you, sir?
This is a tough one, man. Both get my respect, but I'm going with Lab Cab.
Yeah. Not a single gunshot in sight, not even with the security. God damn it. Let's talk to my man Ola in the West Coast representing, you know what I'm saying? Basically hometown heroes, if you will. Let's talk to my man Cool Breeze, aka the real Cool B. Sir, which team are you riding with tonight?
I'm gonna go with Lab Cabin, California on this one, sir.
Well, I see the trend. It is what it is. Let's wrap things up. One man from Virginia, 2 up, 2 down. Triple T radio representative, DJ Hobo. Yes. Sir, which team are you going with tonight?
Both of them hold very special places in my heart for different points and times in my life whilst I was in college. But I'm gonna go with Lab Cabin, California.
You know what? I think I might just need to change my vote just cause, man. Like,
oh, you were? Oh,
yeah. I think
we didn't close the books yet. You have one chance right now.
I'm gonna risk putting up a win on the board for me this year and switch back over to the Bizarre Ride.
What's the reason?
The reason being, it's kind of like that nostalgic feeling. Like you don't get to Lab Cabin if you don't have Bizarre. So if you're such a fan, you appreciate the cleanliness or the expansion in the production and where they went in Lab Cabin. But it's such a tight, difficult thing because you can hear the maturity, like you were saying before. So it's just very tough. But you know what? I don't want Bizarre Ride to the Pharcyde to not get a vote on the board tonight. So I'm gonna switch my vote.
So I got feelings.
You know what?
Hobo, I'm about to close the books. You got something to say?
Yes, I do. I'm gonna join Ike.
Yeah, salute to my brother DJ Hobo. You already know what it is.
Over the picket line. You witness EBR scabbing in its finest right now. You just seen it yourself. No, I'm just playing. But no, that's dope. Hobo, it was already. I saw it when it was time to pick. Why at the last second change your mind?
The Bizarre Ride gave us classics like Your Mama and Passing Me By. I don't think that Lab Cabin has a bigger record than Passing Me By. And I think that from a nostalgia point, Bizarre Ride was like my freshman year in college, and it was a very special time. And I gotta go with it. I gotta give it.
You're totally allowed to stand on the hill of nostalgia. That's what makes it so beautiful. Talking about these eras, these albums from these eras that we grew up in. Again, the soundtracks to our lives. Okay, people have been talking about Team Bizarre Ride because, again, just the difference in sound at the time. We're like, what the hell is this? And you got Lab Cabin doing the same thing a few years later, but then you also got Dilla's involvement, and maybe that has a lot to do with, again, with the sound being so like, what is going on over there? The visuals definitely had a lot to do with it. We could talk about that when the time comes. Again, we're gonna go and talk about all this stuff about the Far. It's a Far Side themed evening. Again, Eats Beats and Rhymes, Monday nights, 8 p.m. Let's go ahead and start things out. Bizarre Ride to the Far Side versus Lab Cabin, California, round number 1. If you know me, I like to talk about how most albums have an introduction. Sometimes they do, sometimes they go straight into music, sometimes the intro has nothing to do with it, regardless of whatever. What's the vibe being presented musically when you're listening to an album for the first time? And back then, like I said, you had to listen to an entire project because we, would do that. So most people kind of go straight to the songs they want to hear nowadays directly. We would listen to it as an entire project, right? So round number 1. We're going to call this the AKA the best shitty round. That's right. You heard me correctly. The best shitty round. We're talking about, oh shit, going up against bullshit. Let's go ahead and start things off. Bizarre Ride to the Far Side. Let go.
Like a mission in the woods, Woody Woodpecker would if he could, but I didn't want to pass it up. Tilt the next man, had my Walkman bumping on the 50-yard line, and my adrenaline pumping like a killer thriller, driller tiller out with the Miller Brook, filler up, juke until the damn Dutch puke. Luke Skywalker ain't a sweet talker, so I got ill with my lifesaver that came in one fancy flavor. My strange behavior led to an outburst. The night felt good, but the day got worse. I thought I was a lone slim trade, the stowaway with a brown eyed bombshell that was dope enough to pay. I looked over my shoulder and my cover was peeled by my whole school saying, ooh, and I'm busted for real. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
What to say the least, I'm so slick that they need to call me Grease, cause I slips and I slides when I ride on the lease. Imani and your mom sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Yo, first comes the tongue, and then comes the she, my homies M-O-M, what? M-I. Yo, as I think today one in my eyes will show fear, cause I stepped into his house with mom's grinning in her ear. Giggling and winks for weeks, I wouldn't count it from this female. She's sizing me up for the kill. Oh, what the hell's what I said to myself so that I wouldn't worry. I'm sitting on the couch and was Greg, please. What up? She offered me a cup of Ripple. Broke out the titty, squeezed her nipple. So suck it if you like, but please don't bite it. I had an urge to say fuck it, but I knew I had to fight it. Before I could say Alexander Park bit mouth, I flipped this old bitch in the doggy style. Greg walked in the room, that nigga cold had a fit though. But all this numbskull could say was, oh shit. 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 Oh.
You know what time is it? All right now. You know what time is it?
You gotta get on up off of that bullshit. Stop fighting that feeling. You gotta get on up off of that bullshit. Stop fighting that feeling. You gotta get on up off of that bullshit. Stop fighting that feeling. You gotta get on up off of that bullshit. Stop fighting that feeling.
Let me entertain you
and interface you with the new sound. Sound is the side and the far is the side, and no matter who you are, you know you can't hide. Not from the eyes of the sun or the moon or the stars, no matter who you are. Come in and commence to the sound of my drum in. You need to get up on that shit and stop fighting that feeling. You need to get up on that shit and stop fighting that feeling. You need to get up on that shit and stop fighting that feeling. You need to get up on that shit and stop fighting that feeling.
Time to go all the way with it. Don't just sit there and stare or play with it, cause we're committed to the seeds of the new breeds. Them other shit, them other dreams were fiends breastfeed. Step through reality into reality. So surreal, you feel you never knew reality until it stood still. Now you're far from alive when the truth tantalizes your eyes. See, we already in the skies or outer space. Standing here on the face of the surface of the state, to the grid of my turf where my mom gave birth. To all that you love, be it small to others, but yo, it's bigger than love. They did a cross-examination of it, but you can't duplicate the state of our relations through translations. That's not the ticket. Breaking codes and hieroglyphics, trying to get down to the specifics. You need to get up with that shit and stop fighting that feeling. You need to get up with that shit and stop fighting that feeling. You need to get up with that shit and stop fighting that feeling. You need to get up with that shit. Come on, baby, come on, baby, come on, yo.
Listen, see what's going down. We are talking the Far Side. That's right. We're talking about Bizarre Ride to the Far Side versus Lab Cabin California, specifically the first songs off of each album. And we're talking about the best shitty round. That's right. Oh shit versus bullshit. DJ Hobo, what are you thinking, sir? Who do you got?
Come on, man. Don't make me go first.
You first, sir. You first. I feel like your palate was more mature at the time. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, not that much. I was like 19 and wasn't that.
All of a sudden, you don't want to be young.
You know.
Hey, tennis, man. We need a long pause.
I know, dude. I can't decide.
No, that's again.
I really can't.
Discussion. It's been going. I guess you could look. Everybody at home. You could look.
This is
yourself.
really tough, man.
We didn't come up with this one. This has been a long-term discussion for years on forums, hip hop discussions everywhere. There is legit people that will swear and die by Bizarre Ride to the Far Side, like a Questlove. You know what I'm saying? And other people that will stand by Lab Cabin California like a Just Blaze. I just listened to the Questlove Supreme podcast. Shout out to them. And that was a discussion topic as well, which kind of helped this episode happen tonight. So the Far Side, you up first, sir. DJ Hobo, who do you got?
I'm gonna go to bullshit.
Going against the original pick of the album, if you're paying attention. By the way, Jay Dilla on the beat, aka JD at the time. Actually, that was Dilla. I don't think the name existed yet. Let's talk to my man Cool Breeze over on the West Coast, sir. Oh shit versus bullshit. Who do you got?
I'm gonna go with oh shit on this one.
Oh shit. Yeah. It's interesting because both records really do set off the vibe for each particular project. The Scandalous between these two records. Who do you got?
Oh, this was tough, but I'm going to go with the bullshit.
Oh, go more mellow, smooth on your adult. Okay. Any reason why? I mean, let's talk. You the producer. You a producer. There's production going on. We'll get to Ike in a second. What do you got to say?
Yeah, I mean, literally just what you just said. It definitely it starts off telling you that the album's going in a particular direction. It's much more laid back, much more smooth. We're hearing early Jay Dilla production. Listening to this track in particular, it reminds me of like a Slum Village track.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, it sounds like something like a slum joint. So what's that?
A specific slum track or like just the vibe?
Off the Fantastic album, just the vibe of it. It sounds like I can hear slum on it immediately.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Immediately.
Based off of how it sounds. And that's kind of why I picked that one.
That's dope. Okay, I like that. I mean, let's segue over to Ike Infamous. Ike, I mean, again, you play with beats as well. Both albums heavy on beat, influencing the eras they came from. Who do you got?
The rhyme style and the flow and the vibe of oh shit is dope, but it's just like what Skane was saying. Like this is that entry to Dilla, and he took the words that I was just about to say. Like that's easily a Slum Village record. So easily a Slum Village record. If I wouldn't be surprised it's a sample that was used on a Fantastic. Maybe it's something on
Yeah.
Because on the Dilla Slum Village albums, he used to have a lot of untitles, and they would just use it as like little interludes. This sounds like one of the beats from the interlude.
Yep.
That was, you know what I mean. So it was hard for me to. This is a very tough battle tonight. So
Very.
Definitely not easy. Again, we got Ike Infamous putting his vote down. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was getting the next segment ready. Who'd you pick?
I went with bullshit.
Okay, cool. My bad. I have mad jobs here. You know what I'm saying? Mad jobs. Getting the next round together. Math thing. We see what it is, but let's go ahead and find out. Triple C, what is your final thoughts when it comes to these two records? Who do you got?
The smelly bullshit.
Smelly.
Why you gonna say it like that? Yeah.
Summertime, Trip is out there having a good time, man.
Barbecuing, whatever.
He's having a good time.
Triple C putting his vote down as well. It looks like it's heavily one-sided for one side of the voting here. But before we do that, let's check in with DJ Hobo. What were the results in the chat room's voting booth, please?
It was tied in the chat.
Okay.
As it should be.
As it should be. Yep.
As
it should be.
Round number one. Again, the best first song off each album, aka the best shitty round. We put Oh Shit up against Bullshit, and it looks like Bullshit takes the win, putting, the Far Side with aka JD on the beat up on the scoreboard. Bullshit taking the win, putting Lab Cabin as a round number one winner, a score of 1-0 at the moment. That's kind of dope. Already starting kind of one-sided at the moment.
I just want to say real quick, it's very hard to vote against early J Dilla production and music. It's very hard. It's very hard to vote against that.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, before we move on, all producers and beat makers, let us know what you think in the comment section. I mean, is this some of your favorite Dilla and kind of beats? Is it exactly on point when you think of reminiscing about him? Scan, Ike, everybody else in the room. Does anybody want to say something about the, obviously the contribution to the win?
The early Tribe, early Slum, like that's for me, and definitely like when you listen to his beat tapes, or if you have access to listen to just the wild range selection, but it's like that early 95, something with those drums, and Scan to tell you which MPC or which, you know what I mean, 3000 or 2000 he was using. But there was just something about the swing and the sound out of that just era, that early J Dilla. It was different. He took the world by storm. Like that's the thing about it. Like it just took the world by storm.
Yeah. I mean, you hear also too, you're still coming out of like the jazz influence of samples, right? So you're still hearing a lot more jazz influence samples used kind of by Dilla, and just the way he put it together, like you're hearing like him still kind of using the loops in a certain way during this time, and still layering and still coming out of, I think, more of like the Pete Rock school, right? And then versus later on down the line when you start to see him still use samples, but now a little bit more of the live influence inside of it, a little bit more of the chopping,
and his sounds were expanding.
The sounds were expanding, yes, and this is I think this is the 3000. I think SP12 might have been using SP1200 around this time too, along with the 3.
Are you talking about for Bizarre Ride?
For JD,
no, for Lab Cabin.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That was one of my questions for you later on this evening. But I mean, since we're talking the conversation of production at the moment, I was going to say is because these both albums came out in the 90s, obviously, but I feel like there's a change in sound in hip hop at the time too.
You're hearing it, yeah.
So it's like I thought this was an example of like the SP versus the MP, but that's not the case. In other words, right?
Not necessarily, because
I would have summed up the SP as being the Bizarre Ride choice of weapon, and then like the MP sort of that J Dilla, right? That MP kind of. But you're telling me he used the SP, is what you're saying as well.
But yeah, no. And early on in his career, he was still kind of using the SP a little bit early on. Then he switched out because the 3000, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me, it's been a while, but the 3000, I believe, came out 94, if I'm not mistaken. It was only on the market for a short period of time. So it wasn't even out that long. But with the 3000, the thing with the 3000 SP1200 is just that the 3000 has more sample time, right? So with the 3000, you have like 20 seconds worth of sample time, and you could sample longer to each pad. Where the SP1200, you're only using 2.5 seconds per pad for a total of 10 seconds.
That's
And
crazy.
then you will use the SP1200 with the S950 to kind of get a little bit more time out of the machine. The difference sometimes that you can kind of hear is that the SP1200 has a little bit more of a stiffer robotic swing to it, where the 3000 you can adjust the swing on it, and it sounds a little bit nicer, a little bit cleaner, but and it sounds better in my opinion than some of the newer MPCs that came on later on the line, the 2000 Excel, etc.
I ain't gonna lie, you lost me a long time ago.
Nah. That
But
was a lesson right
keep
there,
this,
man.
keep
That
this
was
for
a
all,
lesson right
listen, for
there.
all the, and I mean this for all due respect, for all the nerdy, tech nerds and production heads out there. Like, hey, if you agree with what Bob and Mitty, aka the Scanner, just said, leave it in the comment section. I'd love to know if he's right. Because
I wish I could
right.
remember. I wish I could remember the information like that, man.
No, I think it's impressive as well. Again, that's why I can't keep up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, like, but I also know he's not alone in thinking this way. There's a lot of people out here that think just like this and have it on hand, just like
this. We stand by it, man. Because it's all I'll say, and then we can move on. Is just that it's the reason why I listen to you again. We discuss on this channel all the time, but me and Ike harp on. Listen to those records from '92. Listen to the records from like '97 when Havoc is out. Listen to Jay Dillon, then listen to your records post, like, let's say 2006. They're going to sound very different.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna have to keep pushing forward tonight. Again, if you're just joining us for the first time, for example, the Diva Speaks is in the chat. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? The Diva Speaks in the building. We are talking about the PHARCYDE. We are talking specifically about their first album versus their second album. It's been a long debated discussion for decades. Which team are you running with? Let us know in the comments. We're talking about Bizarre Ride to the PHARCYDE versus Lab Cabin California. Round number 2. If you're just joining us, we just wrapped up round number 1. And we also had a tie in the chat room, which is kind of interesting. So we're going to see how that continues throughout the evening. We are going to go ahead and talk about some of it. We didn't get to hear everybody from the PHARCYDE, obviously. We only got to I think I got to hear about 2 of the 4 members so far on both records. One of them specifically being Slim Kid Trey. I read that literally. Slim KID 3. So Slim Kid Trey personally is one of my favorites of the group as well. I mean, a lot of people have their favorites. I think he's kind of dope because at a time and place where the people were singing, when it wasn't that popular in like this sort of hip hop vibe that was being introduced with, again, the PHARCYDE. So he happens to have 2 solo joints, if you will, or heavily, him all over most of these records on both albums. We call round number 2 the Slim Kid Trey round. We are talking about 2 songs that were also singles off of each project as well. So again, Slim Kid Trey singles round. Other Fish versus She Said. Let's go.
Yeah, bam, hey, what's up? Yeah, we was like that, Yeah, and I just got laid back.
Yeah,
I love this joint.
I'ma just sit in here for a couple hours.
Man, don't sweat it, yo. We gonna catch some stuff, dude.
Hold on, kind of tired.
Nah, we got a basket. We gonna fill this basket before we go, yo.
Alright, bro.
Because that other fish is back.
It took a second to register up in my brainium, my dome, my head, my skull, my cranium. My eyes have had enough, it was time to do some talking. I had to creep through the hound dogs that was stalking. The Slimmy caught me peeping. This means she wasn't sleeping on who I was. So she creeped in like a hawk. In a minute's time, we adjourned to the floor. Ooh, I hit a high note cause of the way that she was walking. We got into the groove, I didn't bust no hip-hop moves. I just kept it nice and smooth. Next thing you know, we got together. Word I thought we'd be forever. Didn't have an umbrella. Now I'm soaked in stormy weather. Whether 2 birds of a feather fly or fall to be together. Never simp and leave your love life limp. There'll be no suicide attempts for this slim trim kid. Cause you know there's other fish in the sea, that is. In the sea, in the sea, that is. In the sea, there's other fish in the sea, that is. In the sea, there's other fish in the sea, that is. There's other fish in the sea, that is. I reminisce, try to clear up all the myths for an imaginary kiss with you again. Not even friends, though. I wish that I could mend like a Taylor and be Olive Oil's #1 sailor. I am's what I am, still I falls like an won't even suit you, and he's surely not the size. I'm surprised that you slept on a heart that's worldwide. And when you open up your eyes, paper made, I really wish that you don't bruise a limb as a swimming other fish in the sea. In the sea, in the sea, that is. You know there's other fish in the sea, that is. In the sea, there's other fish in the sea, that is. In the sea, there's other fish in the sea, that is. Now if that I guess everybody needs somebody to love. You can't keep love lonely. Cause being naive to it, you can just lose it like that. See, kisses from bruises don't make it heal back. It beats the sex appeal that's from the next hand, not necessarily the sex hand. One might appeal to the intellect, having a greater effect on how they feeling. Stimulating, breaking down their shields for the real dead. As it stands mysteriously, curiosity, it kills the cat and offsets them mentally, so they're trapped in behind these fantasies with no action, searching for a remedy. Now she loves a man, but there is just a different type of chemistry that flares when her desire's on fire. Quick is the fuse, another love's for hire. She said it'll be good if you stay with me tonight. So I read her wish. She said it'll be good if you stay with me tonight. So I read her wish.
I was high like the vocal tone of my nigga Booty Brown. Decided to take a ride to see what's really going down up on the north side of town. Of course I bought the quarter pound of bomb hemp. Feeling alright like Johnny Kemp on a Friday night. Looking right cause my shit is tight. Blazing blunts the city lights on Sunset and Crescent Heights. Bounce a house of blues, then I slid in free with tennis shoes, sweatshirt, jeans, and no ID. Soon as I step inside the Blizzace, I recognize the fizz oven up with the is-ass, more amazing than grace. Don't waste no time to kick my line. I say, how you doing? She says, hey, I'm doing fine. So I commence to mac into baby to see what's cracking. So maybe I get her back in the cabin and start attacking. Threw back a shot of yak and started jabbering, jibbing, fibbing, and ad-libbing just to get it to my crib. Then we was chilling on the bed, bumping some Isley. Thought I was about to spread the thighs, but she surprised me when she said,
oh, like that? You know I don't get down.
I know my homie's gonna clown cause I let her stick around when
Now daddy's home.
Daddy's home. Listen, I let the Fat Lip verse rock because we haven't heard Fat Lip yet, you know what I'm saying? But we had 2 verses on the previous song, so I figured we let 2 verses go right ahead. Again, round number 2, singles round. Like I said, Slim Kid Trey round specifically. Other fish in the sea, that is, versus She Said. Let's talk about it. Leave your vote if you're in the chat room. And like I said, if you're watching at home, leave it in the comments, which is the round that which one takes home the win in this particular round. Let's start with Mendy Scans, aka Baba Midi. Which one are you feeling, sir?
So I put it in the chat. I would have voted for She Said if it was the remix because the remix is fire. But because it is the original,
yes, sir.
and Other Fish is still a very dope song and has its own remix. But
I was gonna say the Other Fish
played,
remix, Fuego as well.
Yeah, but because of what was played, I'm gonna go with Other Fish. But the She Said remix, oh my god.
Yeah,
maybe we'll play a little bit at the end.
Yeah, play that at the end. Yeah,
it might. Who knows? It might be maybe that's a good tiebreaker. Maybe we end up down that street. You never know. Yeah, there's a good tiebreaker right there. She said. So you're going with one? Which one, sir?
Other Fish.
Other Fish. There you go. Scan putting his vote down. Both tracks again. We're talking about the album cuts. Produced by Slim Kid Trey. Okay, so pretty dope. He's nice on the production as well. Let's talk to my man Triple C. Triple C, what do you think about between these 2 records? Speak on it, God.
Yeah, man. I'm going with She Said. I wish Keith Sweat should have been on the hook.
No, sir. Tommy should have been on that hook.
Who said?
I said Carl Thomas should have been on that hook.
I'm
It's
about to say,
very
you might as well have Carl Thomas on.
Y'all ain't thinking broad enough. You gotta think like updated remixes like featuring Stove God or something, you know?
subject matter is very Carl Thomas-ish.
Oh, very gotcha. Triple C putting his vote down. Now we got one vote on each side of the room right here. Let's segue to my man DJ Hobo. Hobo, what are you thinking about between these two right here? Other Fish versus She Said.
I'm going with Other Fish. Definitely going.
What is it about that record?
Just the way that record swung, man, was dope. And Slim Kid really, you know, like you said, he kind of was in that singing realm at that point a little bit on that record, but it fit so well.
Yeah,
I can't go against it, and that record, that record got a lot of play, in the college dorms at that point.
Word. And shout out like the Scandal said earlier. Shout out to the remix for both records. I forgot who did the She Said remix, but on the
Dilla did that.
Dilla did the remixes. Oof.
Yeah.
And well, the Other Fish was LAJ, right? LAJ.
Yeah.
And Slim Kid as well on the remix, which was pretty fire. Shout out Delicious Vinyl, their involvement as well. Very key to the situation. Let's talk about it. Let's go with my man Ike Infamous. Other Fish versus She Said. What do you think about, bro?
I love the production on She Said, but I think just the vibe, even the way the interlude went into the record, like that whole record, Other Fish is a vibe, and like it just takes you back. And you know, for Hobo, it's college dorm days. For me, it's a little. I wasn't in my college days yet, but it just takes me back. A very nostalgic.
When you was on the movie set as an extra for Tupac's Sun Double,
and also
the elevator scene, you had to run during the elevator scene.
Also, shout out to Murs and Ninth Wonder. They did a dope rendition of Other Fish. They did a really dope version of Other Fish too. Other Fish in the Sea. So I'm going with Other Fish.
Definitely dope.
Forgot about that. I thank you. That they definitely did. That was a dope version.
Fire. It's real fire.
The math is mathing, but we're gonna find out what Cool Breeze thinks. Breeze, what do you think about Other Fish? She Said.
I'm gonna go with Other Fish. I always like that joint. So.
You as well. I mean, we see what the numbers are at this point. Again, round number 2, basically a singles round. Both songs were featured singles off of their respective albums, and we are talking about Bizarre Ride to the Far Side versus Lab Cabin California. Other Fish versus She Said. Shout out to the remixes, which maybe we'll play at the end of the night. Excuse me. But for now, we're talking about the album cuts specifically, and the majority of the room ended up going with Other Fish off of that. Bizarre Ride to the Far Side, meaning that Bizarre Ride gets a score up on the board as well. It's currently tied up 1-1. Again, the decades-long discussion about which is the better album, Bizarre Ride versus Lab Cabin, and here we are tonight. And it's currently tied up at the moment, 2 rounds in. Every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on Twitch, we bring you these kind of battles. Check us out and on YouTube and on Instagram. Follow us at our handles right here. Like I said, like, subscribe, comment. It does wonders for us, like I said. And hope when you get a chance, go ahead, let them know in the chat room that merchandise. I believe, did the new golf bags come in yet? The EBR golf bags? No? It didn't come in? Maybe
No.
EBR golf socks. EBR golf socks.
Golf socks are in production right now. I checked on those myself, but Hobo's he's not following up on the golf bags. I don't understand what the problem is. But again, we'll find out. We'll see what's up. Again, check us out Mondays right here to find out updates on what's going on in the merch store. We're gonna go ahead and move on because currently it's a tied up score.
Don't you want to know the results of the voting booth, sir?
I do want to know because they had me kind of guessing. The last one was tied up. Is it the same situation now?
No, the chat went with Other Fish for this particular round.
Looks like everybody's on the same page for once at the moment. Listen, Ike brought something up when he mentioned the song Other Fish when it came out. We are talking about the early 90s for both these projects. And 92, not only weren't there like East Coast rappers rapping like the Far Side, there weren't like no rappers rapping like the Far Side. They were definitely like, what? And they're from where? And then you're like, they're from what part of California? And then you're thinking like really something like maybe suburban or something like that. You know what I mean? And you find out like, no, they from LA. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, word? And it was a breath of fresh air in every sense, not just because it's from California. It's just a breath of fresh air, period. And again, hearing as a single, Other Fish being like, wait, what? What's going on right now? Like, is he singing, rapping? Like, I I ain't processed that yet. I'm fresh off of fuck Compton. You know what I'm saying?
and then it's just the way they approach the topic. Like, yo, there's other fish in the sea. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo,
Right.
No gangster, no extra hard about it. Pause.
Yeah,
like, you're right. Like,
yeah.
just real.
It was very nostalgic, very just like pass a blunt, chill, don't worry about it. That's why it's like you can see him. Like for me, I seen him sitting in the back of the car, a broken car in the hood, just sitting in the back seat. You know what I mean? They just chilling, man.
And just even the use of the sample too. Like the sample is very chill, laid back.
Yeah.
Which song? Which song? For Other Fish?
Yeah.
For Other Fish, yeah. And it just brings out again, just it brings out their personality the way they attacked it. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Yeah, let us know in the chat. Let us know in the comments. Like I said, what you're thinking about. We're talking about which team are you basically riding with off bat? Is it Bizarre Ride to the Far Side, or is it Lab Cabin California? We're diving into both projects tonight, picking apart some of my favorite songs to have a strategic conversation based on numbers. Someone's going to be the winner tonight. We will have a winner here on EBR by the end of the night. You know what I'm saying? Hobo, were you about to say something? I apologize.
No, I wasn't. You're good.
Okay, we good. So listen, let's move on to round number 3. Again, if you're just joining us, Far Side, first album versus second album is going down right now. Let's talk about the first singles of each project, which basically could mean the first time we're hearing these groups for the first time, right? And maybe any years at that point. So you have the introduction of the Far Side in 92. I don't know what year the single came out, but I'm assuming 92. But sometimes these things happen like a little early. Maybe it could be like late 91. But you got Your Mama being the first single and intro that you hear from the Far Side. Again, a funny, sketchy, entertaining type of record that we've never been used to. Going up against, again, the reintroduction of listening to these guys again for the first time in about 3 years, right? Because the second album, Lab Cabin, comes out in 95. And then you have a record that really changed, again, the sound of hip hop at the time, just like Your Mama did. We never heard records like these. So Your Mama versus Drop. It goes
that's
down
interesting.
first. Say again?
Wow, I said, wow, that's interesting.
It's the first single off of each project. And again, Your Mama, again, we were like, you could do a song about snaps?
Don't talk about my mama.
Yeah, you're talking about my mama. You know what I'm saying? Again, the single didn't really take off fire. Like, we know the opposite obviously was not the case for Drop. But we're just talking in terms of like, Far Side. Okay, interesting. And then the other reaction is, Far Side's back. Interesting. And if you know, I'm sure everybody knows what Drop sounds like, but it was an interesting sound at the time. Again, Dilla on his crazy, futuristic sound, so far ahead of his time. Both songs fire. Let's talk about which one takes home the win this evening. Let's start out with, again, a classic, Your Mama. It's funny as hell. Pay attention. We're going to get at least 2 verses in.
Bell with handcuffs, the sad fact. Your mama smokes crack. She got a burning yearning and there's no turning back. Her knuckles drag down to the ground when she walks. Spit comes out that bitch mouth when she talks. Naked on a mountaintop, shooting on a fizzle. Riding on a horse, drinking whiskey out of bizzle. She got the wings and teeth of an African back. Her middle name is Mud Bone, and on top of all that, your mama got a glass eye with the fish in it. Your mama got a glass eye with the fish in it. Your mama got a glass eye with the fish in it. Your mama, your mama, your mama. Your mama look like she's been in the dry with the rocks, with the big bust nose, sucking dirt out of socks. Held up the ice cream truck with the slingshot, she
overalls and some bright red boxer drawers. You said your mom's was pretty and young, but she's old as dirt and got hair on her tongue. Your mom. She uses brutes, and I saw her riding a horse. She's drinking whiskey out of boot. She's got the wings and teeth of an African bat. Her middle name is Mudbone, and on top of all that, your mama's got a peg leg with a kickstand. Your mama's got a peg leg. I said your mama's got a peg leg with a kickstand. Your mama.
Your mama. Let me freak the funk. Obsolete is the punk that talk more junk than Sarah sales. I jet propel at a rate to complicate the mental state as I invade the masquerade. They couldn't fade with the clipper blade. 10 years in the trade is not enough, you can't cut it. I let you take a swing and you butt it for an easy out. I leave them seized with doubt of exceeding. My name is Booty Brown and I'm proceeding, leading. They try to follow, but they shallow and hollow. I can see right through them like an empty 40 bottle of OE. They have no key or no clue to the game at all. Now they washed up, hung out to dry, standing looking stupid, wondering why. Why, man? It was the fame that they tried to get. Now they walking around talking about represent and keep it real. But I got to appeal, cause they existed in the fantasy when holding it still. Rockabye, baby. Listen to your heartbeat pumping to a fine ravine of all things. It's the vein of a shrine. Or missions impossible or possible, cause I'm headed for a new sector 365. Days from now, I'll wipe the sweat from my eye. And each and every tree will stick or fall from the skies of my cloud nine. From homies all the way to 6, no matter how fine. Controlling it's a swollen way to wreck a proud mind. You hold it in your hands and watch a man start crying. Tear after tear in the puppet man's hands. Every time you take a stance, you do the puppet man's dance. And the world's at a standstill. Deep in broken Mansville, trapped in the moat with an anvil still. Killing yourself and dogging your health. You ain't amphibious, so grab a hold of yourself.
But through my will, my flow still will spill. Toxic, slick to shock, sick like electrocute. When I execute acutely over the rhythm on those that pollute, extra dosages is what I gotta give them. Got 'em mad and trembling, cause I've been up in my lab assembling missiles to bomb the enemy, because they envy me in the making of my mad currency. Currently, I think we're in a state of an emergency, cause niggas done sold they souls and now they souls is hollow. And I think they can't follow, they can't swallow the truth because it hurts. This is how I put it down, this is my earth, my turf. The worth of my birth is $1 billion, and you know what time it is, I'm gonna make $1 million. Yeah, you know what time is it? Yeah, you know what time is it? Yeah, you know what time is it? Yeah, you know what time.
We all like to welcome you here to this here flight. Now entering 50,000 feet.
Ooh, yes, sir. You're just joining us. The Far Side episode, Bizarre Ride to the Far Side versus Lab Cabin, California. We are talking
Big up to Cassette Bay.
Cassette Bay in the building.
What up, Cassette Bay?
We got to get some sound effects on deck that is common sense. How we don't have a 4. Looking at you.
My bad. I know you're looking at me. I know you're looking at me.
Yo, could you just do me a favor? Could you just use what Jules just did? How come we don't have the fa?
Yeah, I don't want to clear any license.
No, we need to do it.
Yeah, enable ourselves. It's true. No, see that man's that's a thinker right there. That man's a thinker. That man's trying to avoid litigation. That man's trying to avoid litigation right there.
Saucy there. Very
Spoken like a true person trying to dodge being served. I like that. My name is not who? I don't know that. Round number
Don't know what
3.
you're talking about.
Your Mama versus Drop. Shout out to Spike Jones. If you know, you know. We got a whole separate conversation about the influence of that particular video, but let's talk about it. Your Mama, again, I had never heard nothing like that at the time. I want to say I heard, I'm not gonna lie to you, I heard it after Passing Me By. Because I didn't get caught up in the roll-up that was the rollout, pardon me, that was Bizarre Ride to the Far Side's first single, right? Which was Your Mama, which I think I could see the marketing in it. Like, yeah, like,
you remember the video for Your Mama?
It didn't catch on that well, Your Mama, when it came out.
Not so much New York, no. You know, and this is at a time when you could easily call in videos on the box, and people were heavily doing that. And this, I remember seeing it. I totally am aware of the record. I'm letting you the order of how I heard it. But when when you listen to it, it's a great record. It's funny. It's entertaining. The beat is fire. Again,
The beat is very fire.
shout out to Jay Swift. We haven't given Jay Swift his flowers yet. Basically produced the entire album. You know, he definitely had influence and help from the group itself. But we know who spearheaded most of the album. Obviously, Jay Swift. Shout out to him.
But Drop is special.
It's
unique.
Let's talk about it. Triple C, you putting in your vote first, obviously for Drop.
Yeah.
What is it about that makes it special to you?
No, like to rhyme over just a rewinding type of sound throughout the whole thing. That's kind of hard to do.
And they still threw like melody on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
humming.
Yeah.
Like, is that enough? Like, yeah, it'll be enough. It'll be enough.
And the video is incredible.
Yeah, the video was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
The video is probably I'm gonna say it. The video is probably the best hip hop video ever. I'm gonna say it.
It's a strong statement, but
Because
it's hard
for
not
the
to argue.
skill,
Yeah,
for the skill that it took for them to do that video backwards, not only film it backwards, but do the rhymes backwards,
Yeah.
so that it would work out the right way. Come on, man. I haven't seen anything like that since, and I don't think we ever will again.
The creativity, the creativity into that really, like, shout out to my dudes, my film family and shit like that, like people who were into like filming and things like that. Like, that's something to when you look at that video being done, it's like, damn, how the hell did you do that? Like, you had to get that drop of the water correct one time. You know what I'm saying? For it then to be played backwards, like, it's just the whole entire shit was dope, man. Super creative.
It's a fact. There's whole documentaries basically on the video for Drop and Spike Jonze's involvement and all the creativity and the making behind it that went involved. It's a really good watch. You guys should look it up.
I don't know. It sounded like a lot of money he was involved in that video.
It probably was, no, but it probably wasn't at the same time.
Wasn't at the same time, yeah.
So I mean, I think it's a combination of both. For one, let's talk stats for a second. So again, Bizarre Ride to the Far Side came out in '92, did extremely well later on because of the obviously second single, which was Passing Me By, right? Brought that album to a whole new level. The album ended up peaking only to number 75 though, even with all the help of Passing Me By. So gold album though, so it got its 500,000 sales. Very important to to point out. At the same time, that probably ups the budget, and at that point, Delicious Vinyl is involved, and I'm checking right now to see if Delicious Vinyl was involved on the second album, which I don't think they were.
Malcolm 10 brought up a good point while you're looking that up. He said that Cypress Hill did a reverse video before The Far Side, which I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, he's right. In How to Kill a Man, they do. Actually, that's the thing. They do a scene.
It's a scene. Yeah.
A scene, and Spike pulls off long. I don't know if the whole video is one long stop. I think the whole video is one long nonstop video, if I'm not mistaken.
What, the drop?
Yeah.
Like, when you watch it, yeah, it's like
I think it's a one. It's a one long.
It's then continuously doing it, but like, but then to get that, but then to get that to work to get that continuous shot for a whole entire video.
Film, and we're talking about a real set, not no like happy go lucky. They had a set. They had people on. It's a real production. And again, it was still indie at the time because Spike Jonze was not the Spike Jonze he was at the time. I mean, he was on the come up, but it was about finding young people that had.
That was the creativity back then. I mean, that's what made the '90s special, is because
he became a super legit director, not just of videos, but like of movies. Like, the guy's like very special.
And like, just as we're talking about this, and I guess we could bring it to current. That's one of the things that people are scared about with AI, as far as taking the creativity away from the people, or how easy it is to become creative to do things like that. So not in the sense of making a video, but just allowing your mind to think of something and pulling that shit off,
That video was no AI, no CGI, no nothing.
Yeah, no nothing. That shit was all real. Yeah.
Let me ask Mal, if you're watching right now, if you can hear me, what was Lab Cabin California on Delicious Vinyl?
Yes, it was.
It was, right? Because I see it listed here, but I'm like, I just don't remember them involved in it. But either way, shout out to Delicious Vinyl. So again, both of these albums, early '90s, like I said, and then you have Lab Cabin coming out 3 years later, 95, their second album, right? You assume the budget will go up. This is why I was asking about what label, because the Capitol's involved as well. So they probably upped the budget a little bit. And then this album did not produce any sort of, it didn't go gold, in other words. So that means it didn't sell for
Really? Lab Cabin didn't go gold?
It did not.
That's crazy. That's wild.
I can't speak on
back then.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it did.
Honestly,
it didn't hit any kind of again stat in terms. Again, I think it's a stat, but it didn't even go gold. I'm trying to see if any of the other songs on the album went gold on there.
Do you think that's a marketing thing?
I think it again. See, so by the way, Run-In did go gold. So this is just, not that it matters. This is just a sales history on the RIAA website, which again I think might be a little dated. But at the end of the day, this is the current stats that hold "quote unquote" true that you can look for as on a factual set. The PHARCYDE "Running" is a gold single. The "Passing Me By" single is a platinum song. It might even be. Hold on, let me just double check. Yeah,
that shit's got to be like multi fucking 8 times around the
saying.
world.
It says platinum once, and I'm like, okay. And then Bizarre Ride to the Far Side, which is, the album we're speaking on that has Passing Me By, is a gold album. So yeah, so Only Running, the actual song off of Lab Cabin, charted off this project. So you have an album that peaked at the number 37 spot. So again, in terms of stats, it moved up the chart about a good chunk on their second album, right? And then this, but it doesn't, produce any sort of a large amount of sales. However, if you know, both albums are long-term classics in terms of, hip hop heads for decades. And like I said, it's even spawned the conversation of which team are you? And that's the conversation we're having tonight here on Eats, Beats, and Rhymes. So again, the Far Side, Eats, Beats, and Rhymes presents, Bizarre Ride to the Far Side versus Lab Cabin, California. Let's move on. Triple C dropped his vote. Let's go ahead and wrap this one up. I think it's goes without saying. I want to ask if anybody wants to place a vote for Your Mama. No,
I really like Your Mama, man. I'm not gonna place a vote for it though.
I'm gonna go ahead and fill out.
Drop is crazy. Drop is
the,
crazy.
the production on Your Mama is super dope. I think that's underrated for what, like, for the creativity and the lyrics and the style and what the subject matter is about. I think it's
you
real.
Don't got to sugarcoat it. Again, Drop is a monster. Again.
Yeah.
And the only reason, again, Your Mama is up against it at the moment is not because Your Mama was so popular as well. It's because they were both first singles off each project. But we don't have to, and I'm not making fun of anybody that just gave a response, but we don't got to sugarcoat nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Drop is the winner. No need to, sugarcoat that, because it basically means the score is now not even, and we have a score of 2-1. Lab Cabin in the lead. Again, every Monday night, 8 p.m., we do it here live on Twitch. Eats, Beats, and Rhymes on YouTube as well. All your DSPs. Round number 4.
Oh, result.
Yes. Thank you, Executive Producer Triple C. DJ Hobo, what were the results of Your Mama versus Drop?
63% for Drop.
Yeah, it goes without saying. Again, the video, the song. You have a producer that pulled off a backwards beat, and then a director that goes, all right, I'll do that too. And they both worked. So Drop deserves the win right there, going to score 2-1. Lab Cabin currently in the lead. Round number 4. We're here. Both albums producing very big songs. We've come to that point in time. You know what I'm talking about. Biggest single round. We got to talk about the big records off each project. It goes without saying. Chat room, I need to know. Hobo, get the voting booth up. Let's talk about biggest single round. Round number 4. Passing Me By, going up against Running.
Wow.
Again, both records putting in huge numbers as far as DSP, numbers are concerned. Now, if that means anything, DJ Hobo's made it very clear he don't give a fuck. Hard at it.
Sure don't.
We have to blurt me out anytime he says it. So hard, it makes me cringe.
Whoa.
Dude, you go hard on that, bro. So, again, numbers don't matter, but just want to point out that unbelievable numbers on just one of the DSPs that I'm working with tonight. Let's go ahead and play a good chunk of both records, because why the hell not? They're beautiful. Shout out to production on both. Shout out to JD. Let's go. Passing Me By versus Running.
Dream of fairy tales, I think of me and Shelly. See, she's my type of hype, and I can't stand when brothers tell me that I should quit chasing and look for something better. But the smile that she shows makes me a go-getter. I haven't gone as far as asking if I could get with her. I just play love by ear and hope she gets the picture. I'm shooting for her heart, got my finger on the trigger. She can be my broad, and I can be her. All I can do is stay up. Back as kids, we used to kiss when we played Truth or Dare. Now she's more sophisticated, highly educated, not at all overrated. I think I need a prayer to get in a book, and it looks rather dry. I guess a twinkle in her eye is just a twinkle in her eye. Although she's crazy stepping, I'll try and stop the stride, cause I won't have no more of this passing me by.
Ooh, listen, you know I want to play more of that damn record. I'm gonna do the same thing to Running. I'm gonna have to stop at some point. Everybody be looking at me crazy, so I had to give the disclaimer. But let's give it up one time. Let's listen to Running.
You know what time, check it out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check this out, check this out, check this out. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check this out, check this out, check this out. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check this out, check this out, check this out. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Can't keep running away.
Something to that effect. Respect I used to never get, cause all I got was upset when niggas used to be like, what's up, fool? And try to sweat a nigga like the lip. For no reason at all, I can't recall if niggas rolling C's in my face. Down the hall, kicking it in the back of the school, eating chicken at 3. Wondering why's everybody always picking on me. I tried to talk and tell them, chill, I did nothing to deserve this. But when it didn't work, I wasn't scared, just real nervous and unprepared to deal with scrapping, no doubt. My pappy never told me how to knock a nigga out, but now in 95 I was surviving, a man on my own. Fuck around with fat lip, yes, she get blown. I'm not trying to show no macho is shown, but when it's on, then it's on. Keep running away. Can't keep running away. Can't keep running away. Can't keep running away.
Listen.
Yo, Jules, I think it's so disrespectful how you ended both of these songs entirely too short, bro.
Honestly, yo, I'm not even gonna lie.
Nah, man, both.
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like I was thinking about letting even though like the small bridges, if you will, right, play out.
Yes.
But then you expect the next verse, and I just felt like that was really like someone cutting off the lights in the middle of the party. You know what I'm saying? Like oh, like the DJ spilled something on their shit, and no more music. And I didn't want that to be the case. But listen, it's beautiful. I want to point out, Ike Infamous, it's beautiful that you feel that strongly about the situation, though. And I hope everybody watching at home feels the same way. But listen, you own these records somewhere. They're part of me. They're on a playlist somewhere in your phone. You know what I'm saying? You can listen to them over and over. Listen, that's the beauty of these records. We get to hear them over and over. Try telling that to some of these people that listen to this music today that they have to deal with. They're not even listening to this shit next month, let alone 5 years from now.
Right.
You know, let alone 20 years from now, let alone 30 years from now. You know what I'm saying?
These two songs here specifically will never die in hip hop, not just for these artists,
right?
But just in hip hop, period. These songs will never die. You know,
True. It's a fact. Like I said, this is 30. Is it 30-year-old? Is this 30 years old? About my right? Both these 95, 92?
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'm saying we still here like yo.
Mm-hmm.
And people are taking people take from both these records. So let's talk about it. Like I said, everybody, if you're watching at home, leave it in the comments, leave it in the chat. We got the voting booth up, I assume by now. Yes, we do. Let's talk about it. Biggest single of each project. We're talking about the PHARCYDE, Bizarre Rides of the PHARCYDE versus Lab Cabin, California. Which album are you going with? We're asking the question by asking about the biggest single. Let's talk about Passing Me By versus Running. I'm gonna start with you, Cool Breeze. This is your neck of the woods, baby. You know what I'm saying? Who do you got?
I am going to go with Running.
Going Running? What's that about?
Both dope songs, but I'm not gonna do a both for the moment. But I am. This is fun, but I think with the Running joint, it's just I just got into a little bit more, slight edge with that one, because it's a little bit more catchy than the Passing Me By.
Wow. I respectfully disagree.
Yeah.
Hold on, everybody. Let's go in order.
Yeah, nigga.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's go in order. I see people got things to say specifically about this round. Let's go in order. Respectfully, what do you guys say?
So what'd you say?
I said slight edge. Did I not?
You said slight edge, but I still
You take your razor and put it back in your mouth, Keith.
Yeah, yeah. No, I as dope as Running is, and it is very dope. Shout out to Malcontent for mentioning the reverse slavery video that came along with Running, which was also very dope, especially at that time. But and I know we talk about this, and I don't want to slight Running at all, but Passing Me By is like and Running is as well, but I think Passing Me By more so like a forever hip hop record, stadium record. It's DJ Bag essential. I don't know if Running is DJ Bag essential. I have been in my DJ bag. I have had and I usually don't take requests, but I've had the most Caucasian of Caucasian people up to me. Up to me while I was DJing, like, yo, can you please play Running? And I absolutely do it. I'm sorry, not Running, Passing Me By.
I was like, wow. I was like, what the hell? Really Running? I was like, after the whole slavery video and everything?
No, they come up asking for Passing Me By. And like I play it and they know all the words. And it's just a testament to like the strength of that song. And I think that if we didn't have Passing Me By, we would not have Running.
Ooh, that's a fact. That is an absolute fact. That is I think you can specifically hear the sound and the production, the influence from Pass Me By into Running. I think you can absolutely hear that influence.
I'm gonna go around the room and get some more votes. I want to point out one thing. What Hobo says 100% true. Also keep in mind though. Again, I'm just playing devil's advocate. Also keep in mind though, Running is a big clip for Dilla's catalog. It's like if we're doing the verses, that record's coming up.
Yes,
it's 100% coming up. And Dilla got
coming up every time.
Absolutely.
It's top. I'll go as far as saying, just in terms of like the popularity vote, right? Top 5 in Dilla's top beats.
I
Sure.
could agree. I could agree.
I can understand that. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight that.
I will say this, and then I'll be quiet so other people.
But is it more powerful than Passing Me By is historical?
I don't.
You say it's not. I agree.
Passing Me By is more iconic. It's more.
Yes,
Like,
and if
I
you're talking
like your
about,
take.
I'm not going to get as deep into the production of it as Scan or Ike might, but that Quincy Jones sample and just to find it and use it and make it sound like that for that song.
Sure.
Come on,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I just wanted to point out again the difficulty that you just had to take on, and you as well as Cold Breeze, in both these songs. They're both super duper strong. You could have the conversation about
And one more thing, Jules, not to cut you off. The videos too, both dope videos.
Both videos are fire. Yeah, Passing Me By videos fire.
What's the most or the more iconic video?
No, Passing Me By video is fire. The running video is fire too. I forgot about that. Malcolm 10 brought it up in the chat room. It again, significant videos that again still last the test of time, just like the songs did. You can still show that to like your kids today, and it's kind of like, oh, this video's all right. Like it's kind of cool. They just feeling the chick, and the other one being like, oh, they doing a whole slave thing like theme going on. Like okay, like again,
and you hear that, you can hear that on anything, on a movie. You can hear that, you know what it's gonna be about.
That record Passing Me By has so many different movie credits and TV credits.
Let's talk to this scandalous. So again, Passing By, Running, we see the impact of what both songs mean to both the group and producer to a certain degree with Dilla, right? So like, what are you standing on?
Oof, I have a lot to say, but I'm going to try and make it really quick. So I agree with what everybody has said, and I think Passing Me By is probably in my opinion, probably a top 25 or top 30 greatest hip hop song of all time, in my opinion.
That far down?
I said top 25, so you can put it in whatever order you want. I didn't give it a number.
You saying 25?
I would say no.
No.
I would say music. I would say.
What do you mean? Why would he give us such a big window and be like, no, but it might be 5. It might not be 25.
No, because there's a lot of dope hip hop. I would say in overall music alone.
Stay on your hill though, man. What do you mean?
It's because with hip hop after what 50 years, it becomes hard when you start to put the placements, right? So that's why I said you could put it top 25 in whatever order you feel, but to be in the top 25 of hip hop, that means that record is that good. It's that great. It is the stadium record. It is in the DJ bag. It is one of the more recognizable songs of all time, right? To the point. Again, even to what Hobo said, using the Quincy Jones sample with the skull snaps, the bottom end, even the way the record is mixed, has a lot of bottom end in it. Sounds phenomenal. Running now, I think the thing about Running in comparison to this discussion, I think is just that I think because one was 92 and one was 95, and we always talk about the timeline, we're at the cusp of the timeline, and in my opinion, and I think that Running, it may not necessarily get the respect that it needs to get. It only technically, in my opinion, really got the respect.
You just said it's one of Dilla's biggest records.
Well, no, but only until Dilla passed, because there was a lot of. Let's keep it a stack.
That's true.
Let's keep it a stack. There are a lot of fake Dilla fans out in this world, and I'm gonna keep it a stack.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Me, I never want to toot my own horn or anything like that, but I was on Dilla since day one. It wasn't until Dilla passed, everybody's a Dilla fan, and we love Dilla and Dilla Day and Dilla. When you guys hated the Tribe Called Quest album that Dilla did, so I never understood that. You know what I mean?
Really good points, Ken.
Everybody was like, "Oh, Dilla," but you hated the Tribe. You hated both Tribe albums that Dilla did. To keep it a stack, the public didn't like those albums. And that's why I was really interested when it became Dilla. And I'm like, you never liked some of Dilla's work. So what are y'all talking about?
It's always like all music. When you die, then that's when everybody get up on your music.
But and to your point, you see, but that's what always makes guys like myself where who are the quote unquote true fans, who are the day ones or the bandwagon people, right? And I say that where Running is a phenomenal record. It is a super, because I think it's a Brazilian record, if I'm not right, Jules. It's a bossa nova record as well. So Running again would really put Dilla on the map. It's one of his top 5. It's a great record, but I just think to sum everything up, I think the Passing Me By is the more iconic timeless record, but I think Running, because of the time it came out, it's part of Jay Dilla's legacy record, which is by, in my opinion, no slouch to that record in anything. Running has its own lane. If we have to compare both records for the Far Side, I think Running has a different lane in comparison to Pass Me By.
What are you choosing?
Is the iconic record, but Running is
Running?
a different one. Say it again.
Which one are you choosing though?
Passing Me By. I picked Passing Me By.
Oh, snap. Okay. Why? Now I'm just playing. You say you
stupid, Jules.
No, that's crazy. I mean, listen, it's interesting to get, like I said, people that make music to get their take on it, because both these records are so impactful, like you just mentioned. So Ike, what are you thinking? Passing Me By versus Running, what are you going with?
I think it's dope on how both records, that from the start, the first 8 bars, and everybody knows what it is, and everybody knows how iconic that record is from the sample and what they did in the sound, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going with Passing Me By. And when Scan was saying about, as far as the record being in the top 25 of hip hop, I probably would say top 10 hip hop, but top 25 in just music, period, because it is such a humongous crossover record. Like Hobo didn't say not one Caucasian. He said the Caucasian of the Caucasian guys come over to him. So that's a different type. If you know, you know. Those are different type individuals. And
then play that Nelly record. Must be the money after it.
Like you would expect to only hear the top 40, top 100 records, but this record to be requested, and anybody responds to that drop. As soon as the record starts, everybody responds to it. But Scan, you made up a great point about how Running became part of Dilla's legacy after his pass. I think you're 1,000% true with that. I never thought about it like that, but I think you're 1,000% true with that one.
Triple T, the math is mathing, but I need to know what you think. Passing Me By versus Running. Who do you got?
I said Passing Me By.
Oh, I didn't hear that. My bad. Speak up.
Ain't no cop, Jay Reed.
Ain't no cop.
He told you.
Speak with your cop voice.
You ain't no cop, Jay Reed.
Speak with your cop voice. Listen, round number 4. We're going the distance at the moment, all right? Far Side is the Far Side. Pay attention. The Far Side is going. That's the theme for this evening. Again, we are talking about Bizarre Ride to the Far Side going up against Lab Cabin, California. Round number 4, biggest single of each record. We had Passing Me By going up against Running. We have the winner, and I want to get actually the voting booths results first, because I just remembered for the first time ever live on camera.
Hey,
to get your results first.
You did, without a reminder. So
who did they got?
They got, to quote the homie Cool Breeze, both of them. It was a
wow.
Oh,
wow. I'm so
tie.
glad that did not happen here.
Second time in this episode there has been a tie. I don't know if we've had that before.
I think we have once. I can't remember which one, but I remember that was a big deal when it happened. So it's already a big deal again. Just saying, it's not normal.
Dope.
So again, for the results here, for everybody live on camera, the results were not the same. Passing Me By taking the win by a bigger margin, putting Bizarre Ride to the Far Side up on the scoreboard one more again. This time we are currently tied up, going 5 rounds tonight. Again, it goes with what DJ Hobo just said. Again, it's pretty big deal. We've gone round 5 a lot of times, but it's been a minute. Like I said, we've kind of wrapped things up a little early most times, because some records speak harder than others. We are currently at round number 5, the Far Side. First 2 albums up against each other. Let's go ahead and keep talking about it. We got the results of the chat in terms of a 50-50 split. That's kind of crazy. Let's see what happens with the next one. Round number 5. I'm kind of glad we went the distance, because to be truthful, there's the singles, which we played a lot of this evening. And then there's also just a lot of heat on the album. Okay, I almost made some of this episode, I should say, a lot of quick, fast, no gas.
You could have easily have done it. That's the
100%.
That's the thing. 100%. That's the thing that a lot of people don't understand with both of these albums. Like, you have to, both of these albums are a vibe. Listen to from front to back. You got to listen to these albums
for sure. That is exactly right. So it came, you know, upon me to just in case set up a couple extra rounds, you know what I'm saying? And that's basically what we're gonna do right now is talk about album heat. Okay, we're gonna talk about some production. We're gonna talk about some songs again that weren't featured as singles because these guys had a lot of heat on their albums. Let's go ahead and talk about. Man, this is a good one. I think this is a good one because I like both of these joints a lot. Let's talk about I'm That Type of Ninja going up against Groupie Therapy. Let's go.
Well, excuse me, well, excuse me, well, excuse me, well, excuse me, well, excuse me,
Who is the nigga in charge over here? Who is the nigga in charge? Who is the nigga in charge over here? Who is the nigga in charge? Who is the nigga in charge over here? Who is the nigga in charge? Who is the nigga in charge over here? Who is the nigga in charge?
Well, I am the nigga in charge over here. Sack a quarterback to make a cheerleader cheer. I fix my funk like the loneliest monk. Staying true to the game cause I ain't no punk. Never been a bitch so I don't act bitchy. Smooth on the bottom like Lionel Richie. And for 3 to sleep, you better ring the alarm clock. Don't think when I'm kicking, you can suck on a warm cock. Originate trends, but rhymes to get paid, so I'm making ends and beginning. See, I'm never afraid of a pancake MC cause I flip when I spice it. Housing motherfuckers like a real estate agent. Douse you with my lyrical liquid for this hip hop era. So I suggest you fetch an umbrella for my reign of terror. Cause you can get your posse in your army brigade because
I am not afraid.
oh, cause I'm the type of nigga that you never forget.
What?
And I'm the type of nigga that can shake my shit. Cause I'm the type of nigga with nothing to hide.
What's your name?
Fat lip from the far side and you
Who
know
is the nigga in charge over here? Who is the nigga in charge? Who is the nigga in charge over here?
well, I'm dark like chocolate and flow like milk, slicker than oil, move like silk. Please give me some room because it's me ain't gonna suffocate the fly ass brother. Izzy Miney the Great, you fuck with me, I'll be the nigga who be slanging them dogs, arms like sticks, heads like bricks, niggas be dropping like logs. I used to be the nigga never down for doing dirt, now I got the girl calling when she down for doing work. Cause I'm the type of nigga that'll rock them draws, straight to a party, tugging on my balls. I used to be the nigga that'll keep you happy, go ask your moms, cause I might be the nigga you calling
In charge over here. Who is the nigga in charge? Who is the nigga in charge over here? Who is the nigga in charge?
yay, bitch.
That was the remix.
Yo, this shit ain't
Call
real,
this
dude.
number at the bottom of the screen. It goes 1-900 of bull. 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 1-900. Oh, I gotta call her. What's your name? Booty Brown. What you gotta say?
I was standing, one of the cast of many. I would give anything to swing hand in hand with her, but I was just a blur, I couldn't blame. Why give up fortune and fame for a nigga who can barely afford his name? So the dame kept aim at the stars. I'm often thinking about it when I'm waiting on cars across the border. Make sure my rhymes in order, cause that moment could be near, and it was. Now my attorney's telling me to sign here, so I appear and perform international. The time came, she stepped to me, I thought rational, but she knew that I wanted it. She walked around and front it like a peacock. I knocked the Reebok, now she jock, blowing up my pack tail and my doorbell. I had to check myself as well. Love boat won't sail, cause I'm no captain. Let them know from the start. I let you break me off, but I won't let you break my heart. Check it out now. Check it out now. So I'm surrounded by bitches. Now this is the most incredible shit in Slim Kid history. So watch if you will. The moment some good shit pop and they be fogging up your grill. Overly thrilled to get you in your ass like Mass and Gill still burning. Shit now when I'm still learning. I'm not to fuck with your baby or make you my old lady. You just overcast and your ass is shady. Trying to block the sunlight with all of that hype. And now I'm discontinuing all of this pipe that I've been laying. As long as you keep swaying to another cruise tempo, I gotta let you go and that's simple. So get it through your 2 tempos, because I'm trying to live better than a blimp hole. And you exempt, and I won't sip on the write-off. So step out my world and turn the light off.
She was my height.
Ooh, there you go. Last round of the evening. You see what's going down. They're talking
I
about.
think that I'm that type of ninja you play was a remix.
I see you saying that in the chat. This is what's on the album. Well, according to DSP. I don't know if it's labeled. It's not labeled as the remix. I just looked at. I saw you guys talking about in the chat. Is there another version?
When I was doing my homework, I don't feel like it sounded like that, but I mean, I could be bugging.
I mean, it wasn't a single, so they made a remix for it though.
There is listed on the interwebs a straight up faded mix.
A straight up faded mix. Okay, maybe we can follow up with it later tonight. Because I think we have a few remixes on deck to play. So why not just add that to the list? But we are currently playing again what I think is sort of listed as what the album versions are at the moment. Again, if you know anything in the chat or in the comment section, let us know. But let's go ahead with what we have at the moment. We got I'm That Type of Ninja going up against Groupie Therapy. And this is basically an introduction of a different producer that we haven't heard from this evening, which is basically, the legend himself, Diamond D, over on Groupie Therapy.
Oh, he did that. It sounded like more like Pete Rock to me.
Well, I mean, it's sort of the same sort of school, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be hard to imagine that, again, that East Coast, boom bap that you imagine might have been Pete Rock, but it was actually Diamond D. And then we have, again, the Bizarre Ride's contribution with I'm That Type of Ninja with, again, it looks like it's all of them listed as producer as well as Jay Swift. So I think Jay Swift is probably taking the helm most times. If you know this backstory, then you know the backstory. Shout out to Jay Swift. But let's keep it positive and let's talk about it. I want to talk to Ike Infamous first. Which of these two records are you thinking will help answer the question of which of these two bring the most album heat, and then two, will dictate potentially the winner of tonight's overall album battle, Bizarre Ride to the Far Side versus Lab Cabin California. Pressure's on you. Pause. Ike Infamous. Who do you got?
Yo, it's actually very tough because that the record on the Lab Cabin, if you're a Dilla fan and you listen to his beat tapes, how that record starts, he makes a beat with that snippet right there, that xylophone. I guess that's what it's on.
The thing? Oh no.
Yeah, and he makes a total entire beat, and I actually think he uses it on a remix with Slum Village. I think for the lookout on the remix. But I think I'm gonna stand on the hill and go with the Different Type of Ninja. I'm gonna stick with my Bizarre Ride to the Far Side. I do think that both production is absolutely fire, but I think more about the other records made with the Dilla record than I listen to this.
Wow. Okay. Fair enough. Got one voting at the moment, currently for Bizarre Ride. Cool Breeze. What are you thinking, sir, when it comes down to these two records? Groupie Therapy, I'm That Ninja. That Type of Ninja, pardon me.
I think Scan said it in the group. The xylophone for the win. So that would be the Diamond D joint.
Diamond D, fair enough. I mean, it is Diamond D. I mean, let's not act like it's not a big deal. I got to feel even when they got the hey, we got a beat, like, oh, it's Diamond D word? Like, Diamond D's a big deal. So shout out to for making it.
But that's not like a quintessential Diamond D beat.
Oh no, DJ Hobo, let's take your vote at the moment. Why do you say that about it? Because I think it's a pretty fire beat. What is it about it that doesn't make it?
With that type of ninja. I'm not gonna say that that's not your best Diamond D beat by far. And I feel like
you feel it's a throwaway?
I won't let those words come out of my mouth. Thank you for saying them, Paul.
You think he said find something on one of these and pick something?
Yeah. I think that might have been what it was. Pick one of these.
What?
I think so.
Drinking that dirty Virginia water? What are you talking about?
Whoa, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Virginia water,
Watch yourself.
Two down.
Watch yourself. Watch yourself. Watch what you say. That's what you
I'm
say.
not afraid of you, hobo.
Let's keep it positive because DJ Hobo.
Nah, I'm picking that Ninja because, well, A, I picked the album.
Yeah.
B, I liked that beat and I liked what they did with that better. Even with the, you know, the girls in the background and how excuse me, just how it came in, everything. And if I'm being honest, and it's not necessarily the fault of Groupie Therapy, but I'm skipping that record on the album to get to Running.
No kidding. It does have a long intro. I skipped through it. And I could see it like slowing
Very interesting.
of like the next song. It's like about a minute long. Pardon me. And you have a good run up until that point. You basically are talking about the Bullshit record, PHARCYDE, which was like a cool record about them, obviously, as a group. And then Groupie Therapy. And then again, it stops for this intro that is again hysterical and funny, but you know, they should have just got to the actual to the song, you know. Shout out to Diamond Dio, Joseph Kirkland, if you know, Digging in the Crates crew, legend. We have 2 votes for I'm the Type of Ninja. It is Scandalous. What are you thinking of between that record and Groupie Therapy?
I'm going to go Groupie Therapy.
What's that about?
No, just Xylophones to win, man. Xylophones to win. I mean, again, Diamond D was getting a lot of work back then too. Diamond D, if you kind of know, Diamond D was getting some work at this time. A good Diamond D beat, not necessarily Diamond D that we know, but still good and nothing whack. I kind of like that record just a little bit better.
Is it a throwaway beat?
That's what I was trying to ask exactly.
Is it? I mean, the thing is, sometimes you really have to study a producer's beat tapes, right? Or you study his stuff, because if you know, sometimes it could be a throwaway, or sometimes it could just be just to other points. This is just what was available. This could be just what was available for the day. You know, it could be a range of different things. You know what I mean?
Politically correct of you there, Scandalous.
But that's just what it is. In all honesty, how many times do people turn down my music? You know what I mean? It is what it is.
We've really left the fate of this 4-man group from the West Coast, legends, hopefully go down to Hip Hop Hall of Fame in the future, in the hands of a gun tote loving Mobb Deep on his walls, and Mobb Deep on his toilet paper, Mobb Deep on his fridge, loving hip hop, or by the name of executive producer Triple C, to decide the fate of the overall decades long discussion of Bizarre Ride to the Far Side versus Lab Cabin California. Triple C, where do you stand when it comes down to it? You decide the fate. You will finally plant a flag stating an answer for something that never had an answer before.
Well, I'm going with the throwaway beat because I thought it's Pete Rock.
You going Diamond D?
Look at the shade throw.
You going Groupie Therapy?
You picking wow, you picking the beat for somebody that you didn't even know was their beat. Wow.
That's how good it was. You said it was throwaway. It was that good that I had to go.
Yeah, he's right. You throwaway is some crazy talk, but respectfully,
that's crazy.
You need to wrap up round number 5, and I want to have a whole bunch of discussion about everything we just talked about. Round number 5, album heat, the deciding factor round, because this entire show went the distance. We're at round number 5, the Far Side. First 2 albums, Bizarre Ride to the Far Side versus Lab Cabin California. We put I'm That Type of Ninja going up against Groupie Therapy. And to be clear, there is one winner tonight over this long, like I said, and drawn out discussion of what's been going on when it comes to these 2 albums. And tonight on this platform, Eats, Beats, and Rhymes, we've come to a conclusion. We've come to an answer. And tonight's answer is Lab Cabin California by a slim margin. Give it up one time. Eats, Beats, and Rhymes for the win. Lab Cabin California, the Far Side. Oh,
wow.
Well, what about the chat vote?
Yeah, the chat vote, fuck him. I don't care. It goes down. No, hold on. No, listen, we're gonna get the results, but it don't.
Damn. Yo, how you can say fuck the chat? Come on, man. Nah, man.
They always late to the chat. Man. They late to the booths.
Just so you guys know, the views of Jules DJ do not reflect those.
Right. Unfollow me. You have to follow me to unfollow me.
If you have any complaints, please send them.
Do you see the strategy there? You see my evil ways. You see that's the Mandarin. You see that's Mandarin.
All complaints.
Follow me to unfollow me, baby. I like that. I like that. I like your style. I like your style.
Show me one of those. Show me one of those in the yard stabs by unfollow me. Like, oh wow, they unfollow me. Wow. Listen, it goes down. Like I said, every Monday night here on Twitch. Follow us. Eats, Beats, and Rhymes on all your DSPs on YouTube, on Twitch. Eats, Beats, and Rhymes. Eats, Beats, and Rhymes. You know what I'm saying? What were the results though? Because I am curious to know. Because that was one of the first times we got to sort of, well, not the except for the album cut. I mean the intro, where we got to deviate again from singles and got to like play music that's really deep in the albums. And you have to be a real fan. What did they say, Hobo?
It was tied.
Wow.
What? Again? Wow. 3. That might be a first.
Wow. Wow.
It was tied.
Oh, and before I forget, let me read off the wins. So Scan, Trip, and the Real Cool Breeze got the wins. Right? So
I love it. I love you keeping score. I love it.
Yeah, Scan got the 4. Cool Breeze got 3. Trip got 4. Hobo has 5. I got 2 wins for the year. Good rep still was 0.
Slacking, bro, you slacking.
Yeah, I'm out of it. So at least you know there's no Mandarin over here.
Oh wow! Ain't my fault. You don't speak that dialect. What else they speak? You speak Fong Tuan? You don't speak no Mandarin?
Nah, man. I work off
Cantonese.
Respect.
Cantonese.
I worked off respect, not crypto.
Oh wow! You blooding over it. No, I was playing. It was a comeback. Pause. It wasn't anything of it. Listen, I do want to talk about this overall, like I said, battle has been going on for decades. I also want to respectfully play some of these remixes that people have been mentioning. So why don't we start out with the which was the first? I guess the Other Fish. Is that the first one we should kind of start out with?
Yeah, we talked about Other Fish and She Said. Those are 2 remixes we talked.
Where would I find the She Said remix though? Because I don't know if they have it on. Oh, there's a double
out there.
There's a double disc. Let me see if it's on a double disc.
It's out there because it was definitely. I have a vinyl with it.
It was on the back of the single. It's on the single, definitely.
Right, but I gotta find it digitally. Is what I'm saying to play it.
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah. Hold up. What am I trying to find?
Yeah, that Lab Cabin in California, man, it makes you so want to listen to Dilla so much. Just go into his catalog and just get lost. Oh, I know for me personally, when I was doing my homework for both of these albums, I just went to my playlist and I hit start on Bizarre to the Far Side, and I just let it run through all the way through Lab Cabin.
It's the maturity, man. It's the maturity like that. You know, that 95 and that Dilla sound. Because that's the thing. Again, the legacy of Dilla. When we talk about him, this is 95 with Dilla. So he's still not even a household name. He's not even J Dilla yet.
Not even JD. He's only JD. And everybody was bugging out when Jermaine Dupri was like, "Nah, don't call me JD." And everybody was like, "What are you talking about?" Right. It was like, "Yo, what are you talking about?"
And we have a whole legacy. We have books. We have a holiday now, unofficial holiday, but it's a hip hop holiday, nonetheless. About this man's producing, who again, was super dope. Again, we were on him since day one. I know I was on him since day one, man. That's why I always looked at people sideways. Oh man, I'm a J Dilla fan. Like, okay, what year? And I say, 2005. Oh,
let's play a little. Pardon me. Let's play a little bit of that Other Fish, the LAJ remix.
Ooh, I got one for you too, dude.
a second to register up in my brainium, my dome, my head, my skull, my cranium. My eyes have had enough. It was time to do some talking. I had to creep through the hound dogs that was stalking. The Slimmy caught me peeping. This means she wasn't sleeping on who I was. So she creeped in like a hawk. In a minute's time, we adjourned to the floor. Oh, I hit a high note cause of the way that she was walking. We got into the groove. I didn't bust no higher. What did you do? I just kept it nice and smooth. Next thing you know, we got together. What I thought we'd be forever. Didn't have an umbrella. Now I'm soaking stormy weather. Two birds of a feather fly up, all of the be together. Never simping and leave your love life limp. There'll be no suicide attempts for the slim trim kid. Cause you know there's other fish in the sea. That is.
Scan. Is that the one that you spoke about?
This one.
This shit right here is my shit.
Everybody needs somebody to love. It can't keep love lonely. Cause being naive to it, you can just lose it like that. See, kisses from bruises don't make it heal back. It be the sex appeal that's from the next end. Not necessarily the sex end. What might appeal to the intellect, having a greater effect on how they feeling. Stimulating, breaking down their shields for the real end. As it stands mysteriously, curiosity, it kills the cat. Offsets them mentally, so they're trapped in. Behind these fantasies with no action. Searching for a remedy. Now she loves a man, but there is just a different type of chemistry that blends when her desires on fire. Quick gets the fuse, another love's for hire. And she said, it'll be good if you stay with me tonight. So I granted her wish. And she said, it'll be good if you stay with me tonight. So I granted her wish.
Ooh, that was smooth.
That was hard, man.
Yeah, that right there is crazy. That was on the J. I think it was the J Dilla, aka JD, the Delicious vinyl. There was like a drop where it was like that, and a running remix was on there. Bullshitting was on there. If you know anything about the joint, he did Bullshitting. That was on that same project.
I mean, like I said, there's definitely a deluxe even on DSPs apparently that you can check out, and I'm gonna check it real quick just to see if it's on there.
It might be called J. It might be called J Delicious.
No, ready for that. I don't know.
The other fish you played, the remix. I like the original better.
You like the original better? Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I love that remix though.
I don't know if you remember that record One Little Indian, right?
Yeah.
So you know that's a J Dilla remix on there, right?
Yes, I did know that. You told me about that.
Yeah.
That's crazy too. That's early. That's like 90s.
Yes, that's early. That's what I'm saying. Since very early.
A lot of stuff. So there was one more remix we talked about, which was I think Hobo asked if there was the I'm the Type of Ninja remix. I did find one that he mentioned that's called the Straight Up Faded mix. Let's check it out.
Yeah, that remix is gonna be stuck in my head now. I'm gonna have to play. I'm gonna have to play that shit from the top.
You have to play that tonight. You have to play that tonight, Ike.
Yeah, I might have to play that tonight. I might just have to throw it in there somewhere in the mix, you know?
That's a dope remix, man.
Especially when you hear it on an actual vinyl and you hear it live and you actually get to hear that it's actually tape. Because you can hear sonically that it's actually tape that they used to record it, because it's actually a lot louder and a lot warmer if you get into that type of stuff. So it makes a big difference.
Is it?
I think so.
Nah, this is not it.
That's because of that record. when people were talking about Jay Dilla not being able to do R&B and not understanding why he was able to do R&B records. I'm like, you're bugging.
Right.
Ripping all get rolling, maybe make you all have a ball like Lucille. Fat Lips got the two skill, but on the
right here.
Say again.
It's like 93 production the year. You can
is this the one you're talking about? Hope, is this the one you're talking about?
Yeah, because that's got the different rhymes in it.
Oh, it's all has different. Oh, so it's a complete different remix, like one of those remixes.
You know what we didn't mention too was the "Passing Me By" remix.
Yeah,
I forgot
with the Roy Ayers sample. That joint is actually dope. That joint is dope though.
God, is that Jay Swift also?
I didn't really lose it. I didn't really lose it for the remix. I've always been just like stuck on the original. That's one of those things like I can't get past the original on Pass Me By.
100% right.
You know what? I hear you, and it's I hear you, but to me, this remix just to kind of context, right? So
yeah,
although the "Pass Me By" remix is not as dope as the original, sometimes when I think of "Tonight's the Night" remix by Redman, the one who wants to have a motherfucking orgy, but that remix is different zone too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
No, absolutely. You're right. You're right.
Check this.
Forgot about Survive, though. It's Survive. That's why. Survive.
Who produced this?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Survive, though.
Now in my younger days when I used to sport a shot, I would go to school, carry lunch in a bag with the apple for my teacher cause I knew I'd get a kiss. Always got mad when the class was dismissed, but when it was a session, I always had a question. I would read my entry, make a stack up to my desk, and help me with my problem, for it was never much. Just a trick to smell a scent or sneak a touch. Oh, how I wish I could hold her hand and give her a hug. She was married to the man, he was a thug, his name was Lee. He picked her up roughly at 3 o'clock. But I was on the dot, yes indeed, he wrote graffiti on the bus. I carved the name, the writer plus, with my name last, on the look glass. I seen it yesterday, but still I had to let it pass. She's passing me by. She's passing me by. She's passing me by. She's passing me by. She's passing me by.
I hear what you're saying, but the original fits better.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean,
there's something about this one though. Even the different rhymes.
It's a vibe. It's more of a vibe.
It was a vibe.
It's not as, the thing is, it's not as great as the original. Let's keep it a stack.
I think
it's not as great, but
it's not as legendary.
It's a zone. It's a zone.
Yeah,
though.
it is.
It's a vibe.
You know what it is? I mean, we should have an episode on this. It's like the equivalent. Tell me if I'm wrong. Survival of the Fittest remix. Like it's just as good as the first, but it's like it's got its own chapter, its own.
I think we're gonna have to flesh out another episode right here because these remixes, although some of them are not as good, some of them they're different zones, but they're not bad. They're not bad records.
Agreed.
It's hard to compare when it's like,
yeah,
because this beat itself, even this version of the record, I love it. I like you said, the Roy Ayers shit, them switching up. Shout out to Fat Lip. I just discovered, I used to think the Passing Me By was a sample. Like it's him. It's him singing that shit. By the way, I don't know if you know that, but
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, that's Fat Lip singing that shit. That's why at the end, if you listen to like the original, he's kind of like ad-libbing. Like no sample got all that extra, like, you know, little extra that he was putting into it. It's like, oh, he's singing this.
This is when remixes were still remixes, man. Like you made a whole new record, whole new beat.
It was so important to take the remix to the next level. Not just add a different hat to it.
Yeah, and I mean we got great. I mean, think about Shook One's remix is actually that's a remix. Shook One's is actually a remix.
Yeah,
I know. I like the originals. I like the original Shook Ones.
No, he's
Part
talking
one?
about like part one.
Oh, part one, yeah.
That is dark. Part one is
Listen,
kind of dark.
I want to give a shout out. Maybe Scan, maybe Ike might know more about this. Maybe Hope. I don't know anybody, but again, we talked about Other Fish earlier, right? And the remix. Again, I think I love the remix. Trip wasn't that crazy about it, but LAJ did the remix for that, and he did this Passing Me By remix as well.
Yes.
And who the fuck is LAJ?
I do not know.
Because he knows both those motherfuckers.
I've heard
That's a
I've
great
heard the name
question.
before. I've heard the name before. I do not. We all know that Scan is the one that has is the knowledge I would pass over and bow down to Scan. But I've heard the name before, not as often. I think maybe in something with like a Dr. Dre production.
I'm just impressed. I'm just saying I'm impressed.
Absolute. I don't even know. I honestly don't know.
I'm not sure. I've definitely heard the name LAJ in another capacity or on the production with somebody else from the West Coast on a larger scale, but I wouldn't be 1,000% sure.
You know what's funny? As you say that, I want to say yes. There is some. It's coming to. I'm not trying to look at my records right now, but it's something else that there is something else.
Like I feel like he might have even like been a co-producer on something on 2001 or
There's other records that we know that he did, and I'm trying to remember right now. Yeah, there's other records.
I've definitely heard the name before.
I'm doing a little bit of quick homework
right now. It says he did songs on MC Trouble's solo album.
Okay.
Gotta Get a Grip.
Okay. Ooh.
And he did work with Vanessa Williams, Tony. Let's see. The Roots. Quest the Mad Lad.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find his discography.
So that MC Trouble record was that her first single? I think "Gotta Get a Grip" was her first single, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, it might be.
It's been years. It's been years.
89, so I'm pretty sure it was her first though.
That might have been her first single, which was dope. That MC Trouble, those first two songs she put out were actually pretty dope.
MC Trouble was an artist out of LA. She was the first female rapper signed to Motown Records.
Yes.
And released her album in 1990 to moderate sales and reviews.
Well, we had a discussion about Motown.
She was born with epilepsy and required daily treatment to prevent seizures. While working on her second album, she
passed. Yeah, I remember when she passed. Yeah, it was a big deal.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yep,
I remember that. I remember when she passed.
I didn't know that. She had an epileptic seizure that resulted in heart failure.
Rest in peace.
Then she had the song. Who had the no? Was that no? I'm getting her confused. Lachey had the one, not Lachey's. Who had 5 o'clock on the corner?
That was Nonchalant.
Nonchalant. But MC Trouble did have. She had 2 singles that came out. I remember. I'm getting my people confused.
So yeah. So apparently, Tribe dedicated a song on their album, The Low End Theory, to MC Trouble. The song.
She was actually dope. She was actually kind of dope, man.
Vibes and stuff. Do you know?
Yeah. You said at the end.
Oh, okay. You're right. Yeah. MC Trouble. Yeah, she was part of. Yeah. Well, I see her with a syndicate hat on. I don't know if she was part of the syndicate or not, but the Rhyme Syndicate.
I don't remember her being part of the syndicate.
LAJ, bro. Dude was nice.
Yeah.
He had a couple of joints, man. Remixes, no less.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Shout out to Scram Jones. We got Scram Jones a remix once for the Far Side. I could not tell you the song. We did that. We did that. Scram. We did that. Either way, it's been pretty interesting battle tonight. The Far Side get their flowers. We're gonna wrap things up for editing purposes. But again, check us out on Monday nights. We're here live every Monday, dropping hip hop trivia battles, reactions, all that good stuff. Like I said, like, subscribe, and comment. Most importantly, and share if you can. We'll see you guys next Monday. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.